Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. This is a quick by request video, so let me go through this. So it's about 4 o'clock, a little after. It is 10/23, October 23rd, 2015. That says about 55. That says 55 also. Says it's Friday. And for our friends overseas and international there, 12.9 degrees Celsius, 32% humidity, and though the sun has been on this at 4 o'clock, my panel isn't getting enough sun to keep the batteries fully charged. Anyway, this is a by request video. I was asked about my fleet of Cushmans. So this is the one that's like in every video. It ran, somebody bagged the seat out of it, but it ran until parked. The tires are fairly pooched. It's from a local city, a police department meter maid rig. I guess there are plates on it that tells you what year it is and junk like that. I'm going through the trouble of making this video. I should probably show you guys that number plate. So this is the inside of it. Watch me jump around like a little girl when a mouse comes out. That's one tag. Tag down there. I guess this is probably the tag you're all interested in. So it has a 3-speed transmission. Steering wheel, you kind of sit in the center of it, so it's really not meant for passengers. It's got the Onan's engine, and once again, this thing ran. A friend of mine bought it at an auction, and it was supposed to be a rigged auction, and somehow he ended up with it. And they weren't very happy about that. So he brought this one, and I'll show you the other one. He brought the two of them home, and they're supposed to be either registered or in a garage. The area I live in is very restrictive about cars without plates. So obviously he didn't have plates on either one of these. And they started to bother him, so he wasn't moving quick enough on the restorations or doing anything with them. So he basically gave me a nice deal on them. So I bought the two of them. I gave him $500 for the pair. This one, somebody obviously helped himself to some stuff off the back. There's the tag. Oh, there's the other tag. Probably from looking at the tags, I could figure out the year. This one is complete, and I'm told it could run. I don't know. I kind of bought this one. In my mind, I had that I would make use of the transmission and rear end of the frame and put something else on it, put a different engine on it. So that's Cushman number 2. The third Cushman, which was actually the first one in the fleet. The two blue ones were the last ones in the fleet. This was the first to join the horde. It says Ezgo on it. It's from a golf course, Palisades golf course. This and a bunch of other stuff. A guy bought it at an auction. Then my buddy Charlie got involved and bought a bunch of the golf carts. And you could see I have a bunch of that stuff here, the chargers and all. Charlie did the easy repairs, and this is actually, you can see two people here. This thing has a working dump. You could see the it was number 30 in the auction. And there's buttons you push down. You could see the two holes for them. When I put a starter in this thing and got it running, and that's where I got busy doing other things. This thing was actually running when I built this garage, and then it moved up here, and I really haven't done anything with it. I can't tell you the year, and I don't, to be honest, I just don't remember. So if I tell you anything, I'll be lying. So let's just stop. It did run. What its problem? This thing. I think I was fighting the carburetor on this thing. This also has a big Olan's in it, and I can't show it to you. I hope they dig these things out and actually do something with them. And the last Cushman is a runner. We gotta walk a little bit to get to it. This one came from along the New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, that tri-state border there. I think the golf course was known as the Ottakill golf course. The greenskeeper there was told to sell this thing. I bought it off of eBay, and I got it really cheap. It was a steal of a deal. He was a real honest guy, and he wrote up the eBay thing like it was the worst piece of crap in the world. So nobody bought it, and it was cheap. I got it for like $300, but then he delivered it for me. So it's a single-seater. It's got a 3-speed transmission plus high and low. That's the. This is older. This is a 1972. That 7210 means it's a 1972. I mean, she's ugly. I put golf cart tires on the back. It's got a pickup truck bed. Cushman. You can see this kind of pickup truck. Yeah, this has been. I spent a lot of time rebuilding the carburetor, and whoever had it before me also spent a lot of time rebuilding the carburetor. And I was so frustrated with the carburetor on this thing. To be honest with you, I actually hacked a Honda carb onto it. And after I hacked the Honda carb onto it, I realized that it had an ignition problem. Turns out the capacitor was bad, and I had changed that. The points and cap is part of troubleshooting on it, and it ran like crap. But it turns out the new cap I put in it was bad news. I fired it up, and the distributor, they call it the governor on it, but has a top on it, and it just fires the coil, both coils at the same time. It's got a coil per cylinder. So obviously the cylinders are opposed, so it doesn't matter if it fires on a dead stroke. Anyway, I didn't need the cover on it, right? It doesn't have a distributor. It just has a. It doesn't have a distributor from the point of view of a rotor going around to make the spark. It just, once again, fires both coils at the same time, and one uses the spark to actually do something, and one doesn't, and then the next time around they reverse. Anyway, given that one doesn't have to have the cover on the distributor, I gotta call it a distributor, one doesn't have to have the cover on that, and so I'm watching it and the points are sparking like to beat the band. I'm like, what's with this? So I'm not sure if one of you guys, maybe Terry WTBM123, he might have said to me, hey, the point shouldn't be sparking like that, is your cap okay? Or just poking around, I finally figured it out. However, it worked. I changed the cap, the thing fired right up, and it runs good. I would say that it's like 95%. The carburetor is not quite perfect, but I mean, it's good enough to start the rig and run the rig and make it so that I can drive it about. And it doesn't stall. It'll sit there and idle forever. So that's that. The other things I did to that one is it had wire like spaghetti underneath it. What a mess. So I got, actually it's still there, but it's not doing anything anymore. I basically got rid of the alternator and the charge and went with a one wire GM alternator, which is a piece of cake. You hook up the ground, you make sure it's grounded well, and then you run a hot wire to the battery and hook it to the positive, and that's it. No switches, no nothing. Just two wires right to the battery. Anyway, that keeps the battery nice and charged, which obviously helps a lot. The more charge you have on the battery, the better your battery is. The more voltage you have on the primary of your ignition coil, the better the spark you get, the better your chances of starting, right? That's why in the old days, a lot of times with the older cars, you'd have a car that's barely turning over and you'd have a tough time having it fire. Well, maybe you're only putting 10 volts through the coil, right? It fires a lot better when there's 13, right? Almost a third better. 130 times better. Let's put it that way. Okay, I guess that's about it. Yeah, those are the 4 Cushman. If you guys want to see them closer, I'm going to have to obviously dig them out and do a little bit more to them. Alright folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and guys, please get out there and enjoy all your days. Take care now. Bye.